Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martin with your outlook for June 18th, 2018. For your Monday, the hottest day of the year will likely affect the region today, and we're going to have some excessively high temperatures and humidity values combining to give a very high heat index value, over 100 degrees in most locations this afternoon. So it'll feel very hot and humid. Temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 90s, and near the urban corridor especially, you're probably getting into the middle 90s. But again, with the humidity combining with that temperature, you'll have heat indices that are going to be in the 100 to 105 degree range today. So not a very good day to be outside. And it's not that this is unprecedentedly excessive or anything like that, but our bodies have not been acclimatized to this yet. So it's a little early. And we go through this every single year, and it seems like it's a lot hotter than it actually is, just because our bodies aren't used to it yet. So once we get into late July, we've had a few of these already, and we're a little bit more acclimatized to everything here. It won't be as bad, even though the temperature might be, or heat index might be 110 during a heat wave in the future. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we'll just throw that out there. So it's just going to feel very hot and humid today, and we might have an opportunity for a late day thunderstorm. Now this is looking at the GFS here, and as we move into the afternoon hours, we have a cold front that's situated off to the north, and it's being driven by this area low pressure way up here. So this front's way up to the north here. There will be a prefrontal trough that's going to move through in separate parts here. There's a couple of them here. It's a prefrontal trough is moving ahead of this cold front, and there's a couple of these troughs, and ahead of that you could have an opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms very late in the afternoon and into the early evening hours is what we're looking at for some thunderstorm activity. They could be strong in some locations, some very frequent lightning at the very least, I'll tell you that, because the instability is going to be very high. So the lightning is definitely going to be very frequent. Could have some small hail, could have some gusty winds. Lapse rates aren't very excessively high, but there are some. There is the famous inverted V signature in the soundings that would indicate you could have some gusty winds with some of these storms too. So we're going to watch for that today, and it would just be in isolated locations. This is not a widespread thing by any means, but I do have the opportunity along this prefrontal trough to have scattered showers and thunderstorms. Let's get over the NAM high-res future simulated radar, and we'll start this off at 3 p.m. You have a line here trying to start ahead of the prefrontal trough, and maybe some discrete cells popping out ahead of it. And this is looking at 3 p.m. Going forward here's a look at 5 p.m. Again, discrete cells out ahead, down to the Lehigh Valley, across northeastern Pennsylvania is trying to get some kind of semblance of a congealed line segment going on here. That's going to press off to the farther south and east, but you can see it only gets to about I-78, and then it just kind of falls apart. So it doesn't go too far south and east there. You might have something that goes maybe a little bit south of the Lehigh Valley, Quakertown, over to maybe Pottstown or something like that, but it does look like it's falling short of the Philadelphia area. But we're going to watch this just very closely throughout the day, because there's very high heat and humidity in the area in a very unstable environment, so it won't take much to pop some of these thunderstorms, and these thunderstorms will have the ability to produce very heavy rainfall also. Very high precipitable water values, over 2 inches, between 2 and 2¼ inches is the value we're looking at for precipitable water today. So very high moisture-laden storms, very high content in those storms of rain potential. And those are going to die off with sunset, and then we're going to have the actual cold front move through overnight. But this will not have as much fanfare with it, I think, as the prefrontal trough will, because of the time it's coming through. It is mainly after midnight for most areas, except northeast PA might get just before that, and maybe 10, 11. Here's 10, 11. Here's midnight. You can see just some showers, maybe some embedded thunder. Might be a thunderstorm involved with this too. And it moves off to the south. It kind of loses its steam. For most areas, it's after midnight. Then once we get into Tuesday morning, we have any early morning clouds giving way to sun. Okay, so we're not dealing with any precipitation here on Tuesday. I'm going through the entire day here on Tuesday. This is now Tuesday, 8 p.m., and you didn't see anything going on Tuesday. So Tuesday's now a dry day. The next thing we're to look for is what happens with another wave or on the boundary that comes through on Tuesday. This is our cold front boundary off to the north, like I showed you. And once it moves off to the south, it's going to lose its energy. And you can see that here. All right, and then it's off to the south of the region or by Tuesday afternoon. And you can see that right here. It's clearly right here. Now, what we're going to look for once this moves down south of the region, is going to stall. There's going to be a stall boundary right here. It's going to kind of sit there. And then you have this little wave or impulse that's going to try to move along it. Now, for the last couple of days over the weekend, most models are taking this along this boundary and keeping it south of the region for the most part. Maybe grazing areas in extreme southern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and southern New Jersey and Delaware. Now, some of the recent guidance is starting to suggest that this might come a little bit further north, and you can see that here. It might provide a few showers, mainly in the afternoon, late afternoon and evening here on Wednesday. Just a few, nothing over the top. It doesn't look like. I know it's showing a lot here. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Just a few showers, and that would come in Wednesday evening, or later Wednesday and Wednesday evening if that were to occur. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Just a quick hitting batch of showers moving through. And then after that, we go to mostly sunny skies here on Friday with high pressure off to the north. Thursday, high pressure off to the north. But pretty much the same thing here on Friday, high pressure off to the north. And it's going to keep our any rain chances out of the region. Now, we're going to watch for Saturday here. This is Saturday morning. There's going to be a warm front in association with this area of low pressure route here. Warm front out ahead of this, and it's going to be close. How close this to see how close this gets to us here on Saturday. Could have, at least for our western areas, a few showers with that, but elsewhere right now it doesn't look like it's going to be a total washout here on Saturday. But you could have a passing shower with the warm front moving through, especially in our western zones on Saturday. And then we're going to have the trailing cold front come through here on Sunday. It looks like it's mainly later in the afternoon when that cold front comes through. So you could have some scattered showers and thunderstorms later in the afternoon on Sunday. So the odds of a completely rain-free weekend, doesn't look like a total washout, but the odds that it's going to be completely dry are probably pretty low at this point. But we'll continue to visit this throughout the week and see how this works out with timing and things like that. But right now, it looks like Saturday is the day the warm front moves through, and it might be just something that turns the skies mostly cloudy, and you might get a shower or two in the morning, and then that's it. Lifts off the north, you get very warm again, and then Sunday, the cold front comes through with scattered showers, thunderstorms in the afternoon. That's what we're looking at right now. Of course, we're going to revisit this throughout the week and see how this evolves on the models over the next several model cycles and in the next couple of days. Right now, we're just concerned about today. Of course, we're going to be following this here with these scattered showers and thunderstorms moving across the region from later this afternoon into early evening. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marshall. That is your outlook for June 18th, 2018. Have a great Monday.